Good evening, Internet. Shroom here. Gonna play some more Standard tonight, and the format is gonna transform radically on Monday. I hope. I really hope. So tonight I'm gonna play some good old Esper control, but this is a very weird build that I'm bringing tonight. So we've done Oily Mill and Aggro Mill and Hopeful Mill on the channel so far. Tonight it's Hungry Mill. Let's take a look. Okay, so we are an Esper control deck, and we mill. Milling is one of our win cons. We don't necessarily have to win via milling, but we do incorporate mill pieces into our strategy for winning the game. So we're a Rankle's Prank deck. That means that we're seeking to create very low resource game where there are no creatures on the battlefield, where opponents, discard their cards from their hand. Very low resource, like a lot of top decking. And then as far as milling goes, the real win con for our deck is Space-Time Anomaly, which I think is a very powerful card, actually. Just a 4-mana sorcery. If you resolve it, you mill your opponent for an amount equal to your life total. So as a control deck, creating a very low resource game with Rankle's Prank and other attrition type cards, resolving one Space-Time Anomaly, I think, is going to win the game for us a lot of the time, because it's just going to put us far out of reach for our opponent to try to not only claw their way back into a position where they can keep creatures on the board, cards in their hand, etc., builds up something to bring us down. They're just not going to have enough time to do that. We're going to be too far out of reach with the milling that we do with the anomaly and the life that we gain with the build of our deck. So we need to keep our the board free of threats, of course. So we got lots of removal and sweepers. In addition to, we got Day of Judgment. We've got the Rankle's Pranks, of course. We've got a Fumigate, and we've got a one of Singularity Rupture. Now, graveyard decks are going to be really popular in Standard after the bans, I think. So we are playing a 2 of Rest in Peace in the main board. That means that we've turned off the Singularity Rupture Riverturn Monument combination. We do have a Riverturn Monument, of course, but we can sort of play around that if we need to. If we sniff out that our opponent is not a graveyard deck, we don't have to play Rest in Peace. We can just discard them to Rankle's Pranks or something like that. But that certainly is something. We do have Singularity as a sweeper in the deck. We got a bit of spot removal as well in a Get Lost, in a Shoot the Sheriff. We've got a couple of these Witch's Vanities, which are sagas that destroy small creatures for Chapter 1, and then for Chapter 2 they create food tokens for us, which allow us to gain life, which is something we like to do because that fuels our Space-Time Anomalies. And then, of course, we've got a little bit of bounce into the Royal, which can bounce something back to their hand, which we can then cause them to discard with our discard effects, including the Rankle's Prank, including the 2 of Binding Negotiation, just as our Thoughtseize effect, including a 1 of Seeker's Folly, which is a Mind Rot that can also be a sweeper from 1 toughness creatures. We want our opponent to not have cards in their hand, so that's why we're Mind Rotting them and Binding Negotiation them, and of course Rankle's Prank helps with that as well by perpetually making them discard cards. So why are we called Hungry Mill? Well, it's because we're Scavenger's Talent deck. This saga, on 1 for 1 black, we can play it. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control die, we create a food token. So we've got a lot of little weenies we can create from our mana, from just sort of dirtling around. We've got a couple of Carrot Cakes, which are actually really good in this deck. They create rabbit tokens which die, that create food tokens when they die. And then the Chapter 2 of Scavenger's Talent means whenever we sacrifice a permanent, target player mills 2 cards, we'll choose our opponent. So as we crack our food tokens, we are gaining life, which fuels our Space-Time Anomalies. We're also directly milling our opponent with Scavenger's Talent. As our bunnies tokens die, as our fish tokens that we create from our fountain ports die, as our food tokens get cracked, we're going to perpetually mill our opponent out with the Scavenger's Talent. Just keep accumulating those mills, keep gaining life, keep making whatever they're doing irrelevant as we just over and over remove and sweep their board, and eventually just win with Space-Time Anomaly. So that is where the hungry part of this comes in from. Now, we also gain life in the form of a couple of Authority of the Consuls, protects us against aggro decks. We've got more in the sideboard. Now, we can win the game by milling our opponent, because we can get a lot of mill, actually, with our Scavenger's Talents and our Anomalies. We also can win the game via combat with our Planeswalkers. We got Elspeth Storm Slayer. We've got Liliana Dreadhorde General. We've got Ashiok Wicked Manipulator. All of these are Planeswalkers that create tokens which can attack and win the game via combat, or the tokens can just die as we sweep the board over and over again and get us food tokens which we can crack to gain life and to mill our opponents with our Scavenger's Talents. And then, we are a deck that plays a lot of like expensive spells as a control deck. So we've got a little bit of ramp in the Terminus of Return and the Iron Crag. We've got one case of the Stash Skeleton. So since we're playing so many sweepers, like our creatures are going to die too. This card lets us create a skeleton token for 2 mana. And then when the skeleton dies, as it inevitably will, this leaves an enchantment on the board, which we can later use to cast Demonic Tutor, basically. We can spend 2 mana to take any card from our library into our hand directly. That could be a Space-Time Anomaly to put the game out of reach for our opponent. It could be a sweeper. It could be a Planeswalker. I think I've always wanted to try this card. I think this is a good deck to try it in because we do sweep so often. We're just going to get to trigger this, and it's going to be a Demonic Tutor. And then we've got one of Treasure Map, which is just a card selection piece along with carrot cakes that does flip over into a land and creates 3 treasure tokens. When it does so, we can crack the treasure tokens to add mana to draw cards with the treasure cove. It ramps us because it actually puts a new land onto the battlefield. And of course, as we crack our treasure tokens, we are milling our opponents each time with Scavenger's Talent. 25 lands in the mana base, nothing too fancy. We don't have any creature lands. We got a couple of fountain ports because that's kind of important to be able to create and use tokens from our mana base. This is just kind of a ridiculously good card. The sideboard contains authorities number 3 and 4 against those hasty aggro decks so we can gain life and shut down their aggression. It contains a duress for a bit more hand hate against control decks, and exercises there against artifact, enchantments, Yuda style decks, which are going to be popular. We got a couple of Detect Intrusion and a Spell Pierce as counter spells. Detect Intrusion can stop, harmful triggered abilities, of which there could be some that might mess us up quite a bit. We've got Day of Judgment number 3 for a bit of more sweepage. Rest in Peace 3 and 4 and Strategic Betrayal are additional graveyard hate. So our challenge mode tonight is to try to exile someone's entire graveyard. So we've got the Rest in Peace in the main and the side. So let's see if we can just flip someone's entire library into their exile region tonight at some point. But in matchups where we don't need to hate out the graveyard, we can board in a second Rivershard Monument and a second Singularity Rupture so that we can just increase the chances of getting that combo win as well. Just kind of pivot over to like more of a pure mill combo-y finish by adding in those pieces. And then we got a Shoot the Sheriff, a Strategic Betrayal as mentioned, and the end as more removal. So that is the deck. We are going to survive, control, pare everything down, gain life, mill our opponent out, and or beat them down with tokens produced by our mana base and or our planeswalkers. So that is the plan. Let's see if we can get some wins in the platinum tier of this lame duck standard format. If you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Smallville United HS will be our first opponent. Like Rankle's Prank, it's just like lose 2 creatures, discard 2 cards. Like, it's an extremely powerful and swingy effect. And our hand looks a bit slow, but we'll keep it. Scavenger's Talent is a very important card for our deck. Let's just hope our opponent's not playing anything aggressive. Or if they are, it's a lot of 1 toughness creatures. Okay. We do have a 1 Jidor and a 1 Mistrise Village, which I didn't mention, I think. But those are relevant. So let's play this on black. I could have just played this Verge. And Scavenger's Talent did this turn, but that's okay. Razorkin Needlehead, okay. Alright, well that's pretty good. Let's Authority plus this. So we'll have to find a way to deal with the Needlehead. Screaming Nemesis, haha. But we still don't draw any removal, so that's a problem. I think I'll just play a tap land here. Level up my talents. Alright, I need a removal spell deck. I should have played Starting Town because I don't have double white. Okay, we still haven't drawn any removal yet. A little bit of a problem. So we can create a fish token, block something, and get food. Ogier Accidental. Alright, let's make a fish. So we really need to draw, like, a removal spell. They bolted my fish. So I go down to 1 here, and I don't draw any removal, so we're dead. Okay. Well, part of our plan of surviving aggro is to draw removal, which we didn't manage to do at all. Alright, so let's get in Day of Judgment number 3. Let's get in Authorities 3 and 4. Let's get in Shoot the Sheriff. Everything that can kill creatures, including the end, Strategic Betrayal for sure. So they don't use their graveyard at all. That means that we can board into our Singularity Rupture River Churn Monument combo. Although that's a bit slow, so we'll see if we end up keeping that in the end. 7 cuts. Yeah, we don't need Rest in Peace. Get Lost is just really, really bad against the red deck. Yeah, I think against them specifically, we don't board in this combo because it's so slow. We should be able to establish victory before that combo ever becomes relevant if we are actually going to win the game. Let's cut Seeker's Folly. A little cumbersome to try to get that off. I'll cut Into the Royal. Let's try like this. The reason why I'm running Into the Royal rather than Into the Flood Mob, by the way, is because I think it's really bad to give people fish tokens in this deck. Alright. So again, this hand has no way of killing creatures, so we have to mulligan. Okay, this is a 1-lander that does have removal spells, but it's a 1-lander. Huh. I don't think we can keep this either. Like, if we don't draw land the first couple turns, we're toast. Opponent kept 7. Wonderful. Alright, we're keeping this. We'll bottom Prank. We're just never gonna get to play this Fumigate, because we're probably gonna have to Prank or Day of Judgment as soon as possible. Let's play this on white. Okay, land is good. Here. The Scalding Viper. There's the Needlehead. And a Burnout Astronauts. Okay. So we'll definitely Day of Judgment this. Nova Hellkite. Dude. Having an authority would be great. The Witch's Vanity. Liliana. Do we want Liliana? Liliana would be good. We have 5 lands. I'm gonna keep Liliana. We might have to Rankle's Prank and discard both these cards. Like we're kind of in a bad way here, no doubt about it. Here comes the Hellkite. Okay. Yep. So let's Prank. We will choose not to have everyone lose 4 life. Alright, let's just top deck an untapped land and then we're good to go. So they lose their Hellkite and 2 of their 3 cards. That's bad. They discarded a Needlekin and a Dragon. I don't like how that bodes for us. Screaming Nemesis. The Witch's Vanity can't kill Screaming Nemesis. Can make a food. Lightning Strike. Alright, that's game. Well, that went about as badly as it could have. Game 1, we drew no cards that could remove a creature. Game 2, mulligan to 5. Dots will be our next opponent. Okay, let's hope they're a graveyard deck. We're on the draw. Let's hope they're not anything too aggressive also. We'll keep. We want lands, because we've got a handful of really expensive cards. Hinterland Sanctifier? Okay, cool. Our backstreet. Scavenger's Talent, yes. Cecil. Alright. I think we'll just rest in peace. Because they look like a Raise the Past kind of deck. Summon Shoko Mog. I love that card. Can we draw? So we're taking another 6, but then we can Fumigate. Fumigate will be really good. Then we can start dropping Planeswalkers too. Let's play this on black. Play the Scavenger's Talent. Level it up. Sephiroth. Okay, we go down to 6, but we get to Fumigate here and gain 4 back. There's Bat. Takes our Get Lost. We draw Elspeth. We could just play Ashiok minus... Yeah, since our opponent knows about Ashiok already, let's just play Ashiok minus make some tokens.
Even the grandest ideas start small.
Opponent nips away at Ashiok.
What a critic!
Alright. Play tap land. Play Elspeth. Make some tokens. Let's plus Ashiok. Draw some cards.
Open your mind.
We'll exile the Mistrise village, I guess. Buff up our tokens. vengeful Blueskis. Liliana is going to be brutal to our opponent here. Alright. Liliana. Everyone sacks 2 creatures.
This isn't your average zombie horde.
You draw 2 cards.
This is more enjoyable than slaying demons.
You mill 2. You mill 2. Right in exile. Okay, GG's. Opponent got a little mana screwed there, but they're probably a very low to the ground deck. Alright, weenies. Give me Day of Judgment. Strategic Betrayal. They're definitely a raise the past deck, so we want Rest in Peace. I think we'll bring in probably 2 Rest in Peace plus Strategic Betrayal is fine. Shoot the Sheriff, the end. The end can get like, yeah, their Sephiroths or their Umbral Collar dudes. Get Lost is not good against creatures that go really wide, decks that go really wide. Into the Royal doesn't seem terrific against them. We'll cut a Scavenger's Talent. We'll cut the Rivershore Monument. Let's try like this. Alright, this hand looks decent. Shoot the Sheriff is good. Rest in Peace is going to be good against them. Temple of Malice. Huh? Carrot Cake? Sure. Alright, let's Thoughtseize you. Desecrex. Thunder of Unity. Samurai's Katana, High Society Hunter. Let's not have them draw cards. I don't like that. Oh, is our opponent roping us? Prefer to have more entertaining matches, but... our opponent's being a baby. You will get salty ropes with this deck, I'll tell you that from my testing. At a bare minimum, they gotta ban Vivi, they gotta ban Soul Cauldron. I would be happy if, in addition to that, they banned Enduring Curiosity and that was it. I hope they do more. Iclear will be our next opponent. We'll be on the play. See if we can avoid getting run over completely. So we have an authority. We can't play it turn 1, we can play it turn 2. We'll keep this. Being on the play helps. We can have a sweeper if they're super aggro. Okay. So they could be like a Kona deck or something. We'll see. Play talents. Another tap land. Okay, we didn't draw land. We do have this Terminus, though. Tap land, tap land, tap land. Okay, let's Carrot Cake. Strive for a land, please. Not Liliana. Lumbering World Wagon. They're banned, though. They're not, Teamer? Okay, Stash Skeleton. I could play this skeleton. I guess I'll play the skeleton. Would be nice to draw lands. There's 25 lands in the deck, as I mentioned. There's Kona. Into... Galta. Into... all this stuff. Untap land. Thank you. Let's attack. Play this untap. Day of Judgment. This stays on the board. It's indestructible. Yeah, I don't know if we can beat this summon. Buster Sword. Sheltered by ghosts on what? My authority? Okay. Well, we stumbled a little bit early, and I think we're dead. We can't beat this. What is it that we could do that would be good against that? Into the Royal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can almost just recast it. But we can make them discard it? It has Ward 2, so we can't even cast the Into the Royal. Because we're so pinched on mana. Okay. They got us. Can't even cast Elspeth because we're short on mana. Ugh. So Kona. Let's detect intrusions for those activated abilities. Let's strategic betrayal. The end. Let's see, exercise. Yeah, we probably do want Day of Judgment number 3. Okay. So I think we are doing the rest in peace thing. I don't think the Witch's Vanity does anything. Let's cut. Get lost. Yeah, I think we want just all our sweepers. Talent. Just run one rest in peace. Yeah, maybe we can't afford the detect intrusions. I think we just have to kill whatever Kona conjures. Let's just try this. Alright. Binding Negotiation. Skeleton Prank looks pretty good. We have lands this time. That was an unbelievable draw they had then, especially considering where they had Kona into like a Galta plus the dude. That was crazy. Plus the knight guy, the indestructible guy. Alright, let's Thoughtseize you. They have a Kona. Summon Fenrir. I think we probably just take Kona. Alright, let's play a stash skeleton. There's Fenrir. We return Monument? Okay. Let's attack. We'll play Tapland plus Monument, I guess. Codis, whenever it deals combat damage to player exile at the top, whatever. Sure, that's fine. We're just gonna prank it all away. Let's mill you. Okay, so let's play lands. Attack. Prank. All 3 modes. I think we're just doing cards. Now we're doing all 3 modes here. We'll pass. So now we have Demonic Tutor online. Lumbering World Wagon, sure. Mill. Alright, we draw land. We could Demonic Tutor. What would we tutor for? We could go for the combo. That's probably the best thing to do, right? Just go for the silly combo. Yeah, I guess so. Singularity Rupture. We just draw one. Okay. Rupture you. Shimil. Get some boots. That doesn't help though. Alright. Mill the rest of your deck. Good game. Oh, I milled myself as well on accident. Okay, so we won via the combo. I don't think they're in any kind of a graveyard deck. So we'll bring in the full combo. I think we do want the detect intrusions. Kona's just too scary. So we're going for the combo win. I think that means we can cut a walker. I think we'll cut Ashiok. Like, do we even need these authorities? I don't think we do. So let's bring back in Shoot the Sheriff. Something that can kill Kona at instant speed. Let's try this. See if our mill deck can overcome 90 card Kona. Where there's a prank, there's a way, so we'll keep this. Alright, let's play Scavenger's Talents. What color do I play this on? I guess I don't need to choose quite yet. Let's see what I draw. If I don't draw a land, do I play this on white to enable Carrot Cake? Maybe I have to play it on blue so that I can hold up into the royal. Okay, let's go Stashed Skeleton. I got this. We'll see. It's possible. It depends on if our opponent has the nut draw. In their 90 card Kona deck. Okay. Our skeleton can't block, so let's attack. And I think we now just have to play this on blue. Do they have a way to tap Kona right now? They don't. Prof's eidetic memory. Okay. So they get in a hit with their thing, that's fine. I'll take it. Another fountain port. Attack with our skeleton. I think we play this on white, but then we don't have Rankle's prank mana. Okay, I'm gonna just carrot cake here. Get a bunny. Do some scrying. Undercity sewers. Oh, man. Okay, we'll keep the undercity sewers. Alright, they get to draw a card. Yuna can get back the Fenrir. What is her ward to? Okay. Oh, man. This is painful. Profs. Onto Yuna. Okay. They get their Fenrir. Okay, do I need to rescry this land to the bottom now? Because I can't even... Let's say I Rankle's Prank. I can't even cast that next turn. I draw this Undercity Sewers. They actually don't have anything in their graveyard to get back, though. Alright, I think I just pass. I just pass. Let's surveil, shoot the sheriff. I think that's okay. We can't block with our skeleton, so we'll just attack. Oh. Okay. Sure, we'll kill the Fenrir? Oh no, it has a finality counter, right? Yeah. So that gets exiled. We get a food. We'll level up. Level up Scavenger's talent. And we'll pass. The Buster Sword. Another summon Fenrir. Okay. There's Yuna. Yeah, we'll block. I get a food. Okay. Let's bounce this Llanowar elf. Let's Rankle's Prank. We're not going to make everyone lose 4 life. We'll do these modes. We'll discard Fountain Port and Anomaly. Shimil. They get Kona. They don't have a way to tap it. Okay. We actually have Demonic Tutor available, but I think we'll just get rid of all the Konas. Omniscience Leech. Which they actually can cast. They're gonna drop to 8 cards. Why is there... Man. We're getting screwed. Alright. Wonderful. So they get to draw up to 8 cards. And I think we lose. Liliana, which we can we cast it? Why is it? We don't have enough mana. That's why. Great. We do have this stashed skeleton. Is there any possible way we can win from here? I can Demonic Tutor. They have an Omniscience in their hand, too, which they can almost cast. Boy, this looks all kinds of bad. All kinds of bad. Plus they have this Chimil. Do I need to Thought Seize this Omniscience, I guess, is one question. Or possibly exercise this Chimil. I think Thought Seizing the Omniscience is probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I Thought Seize the Omniscience now, I'd die, though. Gosh. You mill 2 cards. Alright, I have Binding Negotiation. I can't cast it right now, because then I just die to their attack. I have to leave up a removal spell for this. So I just hope that they don't play Omniscience this turn, basically. Can't attack or block unless it has an even number of counters on it. Commune with beavers. whip. I mean, Liliana could take care of that. Okay, shoot the sheriff. That's indestructible, so I lose. Yeah, we needed Liliana or some way. Man, we're getting destroyed. Anthony C. the Collector is our next opponent. We'll be on the play. I mean, sure, this hand can cast spells, do things, we'll keep. Always a question of like, do you really shock yourself to play a turn 1 authority to the consoles? I don't think it's really worth it. Okay, opponent mulls to 5. Okay, let us authority. Helpful hunter. So, cats, we don't draw land number 3. Let's scry. There's land number 3. Overlord. Alright, let's attack with our bunny. I think we'll just play another carrot cake. Keep a Mistrized Village on top. Herbroid. We'll block. Alright, we draw lands. Do we want to rip? I don't think we need to. I think I'll just hold up my carrot cake. Block and scry. I would prefer to sweep after this Overlord hits the table. Okay, Restless Prairie. Well, that pretty much decides it for us. Shoot the sheriff. Yeah, let's keep that on top. Llamas are not outlaws. So we have to block. Alright, there's Day of Judgment. Seam Rip. On my authority, okay. Here comes the llama. There's the Overlord. Alright, I can Ashiok. Try to get that going. Make 2 tokens. Hopefully that lets me block their stuff. Yeah, I think I'll go for that. Let's Ashiok.
Fine.
Make a couple of tokens.
Empty canvas for my art. Leave no mind unspoiled.
Leonin Vanguard, sure. Attacking me. Yeah, we'll block and block. Alright, Ashiok, find me a good card, please. Rankle's Prank.
Enticing.
That's a really good one. Exile one and put one in your hand. Okay, Binding Negotiation, get exiled. Rankle's Prank goes in my hand. Prank you. We'll do... just discard sack. Discard your last card, sack your creatures. We'll discard River Churn and Rip. Pass. We got a Planeswalker, a Bunny, and a removal spell. Here comes the Llama. That is not an out llama, though. That is a law-abiding llama. Okay, let's make some tokens. Play land.
Nightmares.
During Innocence. Sure, let's do a little scrying. Bunny. We'll scry that to the bottom. Rankle's Prank again. Let's draw some cards.
Open your
Exile the
mind
Terminus.
to me.
Scavenger's Talents. Plus it. We could prank. Alright, let's attack with our nightmares. They take it. One of them play another creature before I prank. Alright, we'll block with our bunny. Snakeskin Veil. Protect it? Sure. Alright, let's eat our food. Million for 2. Alright, let's draw some cards. Elspeth. Okay, well, exile, rest in peace. Play Elspeth.
I will turn the tide.
Make some more tokens.
I welcome all allies.
Attack with our 3/3s. Pass. I feel like we're in good shape here. With 2 active Planeswalkers. Okay, so the Enduring Innocence weenie deck. We want Exercise, the End, Sweepers, Shoot the Sheriff, like anything that can kill creatures, pretty much. And they don't seem like they're the graveyard version, so I'm gonna cut the rest in peace. I'm gonna bring in the combo. I think we'll cut the Space-Time Anomalies, maybe. Against a very aggro deck, maybe it's not correct to keep those in. Actually, I want all my authority. I'll keep in one, because actually does keep the games out of reach if we've gained a ton of life. Get Lost is terrible against those kind of really go wide decks. Alright, we gotta make 5 cuts. Maybe Strategic Betrayal isn't the best. Into the Royal. Scavenger's Talent. I guess a Carrot Cake? I guess we'll just go down to 1 Scavenger Talent. Let's try this. We have no white mana. Nor do we have, like, any kind of removal. However, we do have some ramping. We had a Scavenger's Talent, which doesn't do anything on its own, really. Ah, man, I don't want a mulligan. I'm sick of mulliganing. Let's keep this. Okay. The Witch's Vanity will be good. Verge is good. So I think we'll play our Mana Rock. And Scavenger's Talent. I would kind of like it if you gave me a white source opponent. Ah, they chose my Verge too. Sure, we'll take a Plains. Opponent's really not doing much. Oh, we kept in some Rest in Peace. We shouldn't have done that. Alright, let's play our Dreadhorde and a treasure map. Let's scry. Shadowy Backstreet? I like that. I meant to board out these Rest in Pieces. Authority. Vera and Oski. One of these crazy Spider-Man creatures. They name enchantment? Okay. Bleachbone Verge, we'll keep that on top. We'll kill nothing because they're a 3-drop. We'll get a food. Totally intentional. Enduring Innocence, yeah, sure. Alright, a little bit of a punt there. But this doesn't kill either of their creatures, actually. So I guess we'll just play Elspeth. Start making tokens. They're tapped. Snakeskin Veil. Okay, so they're gonna kill my Elspeth. Well, I played this pretty badly. Definitely might have been able to, like, bounce their thing. Okay, Rankle's Prank is gonna be pretty good.
This is not the end.
The Pinnacle's Dark Age, okay. Let's Prank. Let's do all three. Yuna deck. Okay. So we do want our graveyard stuff. Just attacking with a llama. We don't have any creatures in our graveyard, right? No, of course not. Rubroid. Like literally every green deck is playing that card now. We draw land, okay? Yeah, you let this go for a turn and you're dead. Well, I think we could have done that better. So let's board in more removal, I guess. Uruboroid? I don't know, it's just kind of like win the game card. Day of Judgment. Yeah, we want all of our sweepers. So they were playing Yuna. I guess that means that we have to have our rest in pieces as well. Okay, I gotta cut 4 cards. Let's cut the authorities, I guess. Let's cut a Scavenger's Talent and maybe the stashed one of the Space-Time Anomalies. Let's try this. Okay. This hand should work. We'll keep. So this produces only black unless we play this as a plains or a swamp. I'll just play this on black for now. Backstreet, okay, let's play that. Ashiok, we're gonna want Ashiok. Frenzied Baloth. Blue. Let's treasure map. Now let's hold up our shoot the sheriff. Yeah, we'll shoot this thing. Gloom Lake Verge. Okay. Play a treasure map. And I think we'll just scry. See if we can find land number 5 for Ashiok. The End. We have mana for the End. I'm gonna keep the End. Gallant Citizen. Alright, gonna pass. Gonna hold up a kick into the Royal. I don't really want to bounce the Gallant Citizen, of course, but Leonin Vanguard. Alright, I would just like to draw a land, so let's just kick this, bounce it, draw a card. A Demi. Ooh. Okay, we draw land, so we can Ashiok. We could just... Yeah, I think I like just pranking here. Prank should be pretty brutal. So, let's prank. We'll just do creatures, discard. We'll discard Jador plus Monuments. Play land. Uroboros. Their last card. Alright, let's de-end the Uroboros. Overlords. Okay, just the usual stuff. Snakeskin Veils, Giant Crafter's Helms. Boring, boring, boring. Okay, Uroboros it is. Do they have any more of those Raging Baloths? No, Yuna. Okay, but we've got a Rest in Peace. Sounds good. Alright, they've got their llama. Alright, let's play Ashiok. Make some tokens.
All who slumber belong. Leave no mind unspoiled.
Alright, we'll jump the llama. Alright, Ashiok. Give us something good, please. Land. Alright, we'll play a land. And we'll play... I don't know. I guess a sweeper. No, I don't think that was wrong. I think that was wrong. I think I need to just block with my token. I fired that off very hastily. Opponent's good at having those snakeskin veils to kill our planeswalkers. Well, they've got no Uroboros, but they have a creature land you can't deal with. They have a Dalkovan enchantment, too. Alright, we lose to the llama. Boo. Boo. I just think, like, a deck like ours needs demolition fields. Black Wolf will be our next opponent. This hand looks fine. We'll keep. Alright, let's play a Scavenger's Talent. So, Dimir. I'm gonna go for the Iron Crag. Want to counter it? Kind of okay if you do. Spell Pierce. Okay. Treasure Map. want to counter that one too? No. Let's scry. We don't need another Scavenger's talent. Three steps ahead to draw cards. Valgavoth. See, every deck is a graveyard deck. When I was testing, like, there's so many graveyard decks because the Mind Spider guy is so ridiculous. Because Zombify is a card in Standard now. Day of Judgments. We already have a sweeper. Alright, play this tapped, level up this. Let's do another scry. Find a Planeswalker. Dreadhorde. I think we'll bottom the Dreadhorde. Okay, we get our treasure chest. Our treasure cove. There's Elspeth. In our main phase. So let's play this untapped on black. This way we can play for Spell Pierce if we need to. You can mill cards. Although they are a Reanimator deck. We'll find Rest in Peace, right? Spell Pierce. We'll pay for it. Millie some more. Make some tokens.
Row.
Wouldn't mind drawing a binding negotiation. So I don't know if we lose right away if they have the mind bitten guy. Okay, they have Bitter Triumph.
Watch for my
Not too surprising. Just play another Scavenger's Talents. Level it up. They have a summon Bahamut. Yep, Cavero. Counts as a cast trigger. Blows up one of my Scavenger's Talents. Alright, let's attack with our dudes. We'll fumigate. We'll pass. We haven't found any Rest in Peace, unfortunately. So if they have another Zombify, it could be bad for us. We need a Rest in Peace or a Sweeper. Rankle's Prank would not be bad. Ninja's Blades. Hey, that gives us a target for the Witch's Vanity. That's cool. Alright. Gain some life. Milieu. Get lost. Hey, the Witch's Vanity. Blow up the dude. And then Mind Rot you? Rankle's Prank. That's a good one. Okay. Eat our food. Milieu. 28 cards left in their library. Another collector's vault. Sure. Now I also have nothing going on. I could get lost the Witch's Vanity. That doesn't do anything though, because I have nothing to trigger. I have no creatures to put the maps onto. Play that on blue. Collector's Vault. More Ninja's Blades. I guess we'll just kill that thing? Sure. Why not? While they're tapped out, you want to Spell Pierce me? Negate. Okay. Undercity Sewer. Mistrized Village. We're good on lands, deck. Draw a card, then discard a card. That player loses life equals the discarded card's mana value. Alright, we'll pass. Maybe I should have kept the Mistrized Village. They're a very counterspell heavy deck. And they're gonna look at a bunch of cards right here off of these Ninja Blades. Of course, they would enter tapped and they wouldn't be able to use it this turn anyway. Oh yeah, they're one of those, discard cards kind of decks, huh? Huh? I guess we have to do this now. Not to do the 4 life mode. Okay, so they're trying to do... They have a bunch of expensive spells in their deck. There's an enchantment that makes you flip the top of your deck. They're trying to do the, like, have an expensive card on top of your deck thing. Valgavoth. Authority. Well, I mean, I need to draw something now. Another prank? Yeah, okay. Opponent is digging deep through their library. And they can cast whatever they draw. Glaring Terror. We draw a Watery Grave. Yep, and we're dead. Okay. So we want Rest in Peace. They're a graveyard deck. We want Duress. Not Strategic Betrayal. We may want Strategic Betrayal also. Or Shoot the Sheriff also. We definitely want Strategic Betrayal. We want Duress. We want Spell Pierce. Do we want Detect Intrusion? Yeah, let's bring in the Detect Intrusions also. Alright. We're going with the Rest in Peace, so let's cut the Monument. We don't need Authority of the Consuls. We need Exercise for sure. Alright. Scavenger's Talent can go. The Witch's Vanity doesn't do anything here. Maybe cut it into the Royal. I guess we'll just go up one Detect Intrusion. Let's try this. Alright, well, I mean, a Thoughtseize always makes things better, right? So we'll keep. Surveil Ashiok. We're keeping Ashiok. Okay, so Spell Pierce possibly? Play a tap land. Collector's Vault. Okay. Well, let's Thoughtseize. I guess we'll take Cavero, because that's their reanimation piece. Play this on white. We have an Exercise. Yeah, let's just exercise the Collector's Vault. Negate. Forgot they had that treasure. Okay. Well, there goes their negate. Yeah, that's the card. Dustborn's Claim. Well, let's play Ashiok while they're tapped out.
My nightmares. You take
zombifying Arden. Can bring back that guy too, because why not? Sure, we'll block. Elspeth. Alright, so let's do this. Do this. Pray you don't draw another reanimation piece. Make some more tokens. Hey, what's up, Peeper?
From these nightmares.
23 cards left in their library. We can 19 them with this Space-Time Anomaly if we can resolve it through their spell pierces. They discarded a spell pierce. Alright, Ashiok, find us a duress or a thoughtsy or a binding negotiation, please. Rest in peace.
So much trauma from which.
Yeah, we want to cast Rest in Peace for sure. Drick's Interception. Gonna counter my spell and tap my guys. Okay. Well, let's mill you for 19. Oh, they had the treasure. I'm so dumb. Wow. Wow, got wrecked there. They had the treasure. Okay, we'll play this on blue. Tapped. I mean, we still have good stuff here, so we'll see. They don't have much showing, although they have a graveyard full of goodies. If Ashiok can stay alive, it might be able to find us another sweeper. There are a lot. The old Dustborn's claim. We got a lot of ninja blades. Alright, Ashiok, cook us up. Rankle's Prank, Mistrise Village.
This memory will do.
Neither of those are really great. I guess I'll keep the Rankle's Prank. Attack with our dudes. They get big. Okay. They tribute to hunger. We have to sack one. That's fine. Okay. Now we play Elspeth. Make some tokens.
Ready arms!
Play a stash skeleton too, sure. Make 2 skeletons. Villainous Wrath. Okay. That's a good one. Okay, they're totally tapped out, so let's rest in peace. There goes your yard. I guess we'll make tokens.
Even the grandest ideas start small.
Make tokens.
I welcome all allies.
We can treasure map. We can stash skeleton for something if we need to. We'll play a treasure map. Just tap land. Our dudes get huge. We don't control any skeletons, right? So we can demonic tutor. So we just gotta survive like this turn. We have another villainous wrath? No, okay. Just Dustborn. Well, we could die to double Dustborn claim, I guess. Let's scry. Spell Pierce. We'll bottom the Spell Pierce. Okay, lands for everyone. Ashiok. Throwing scoops. Alright, because we can win with Elspeth. So yeah, those Dustborn claim things. We'd like to have that not happen too much. What can we do though? Into the Royal might be good. Yeah, we've got our Get Lost and our Exercise and our Counter Spell and Discard, so we have never cut a Rankle's Prank in our games. Maybe we can cut one here. Sure, let's try it like this. Rest in Peace is good. We've got a Prank. We'll keep this. Exercise. There's a vault. Alright, let's rest in peace. Alright, we draw Carrot Cake. For a Carrot Cake. We'll bottom a Fountain Fort. We're looking for blue mana, probably. Attack. Gloom Lake. So let's try to exercise this Collector's Vault. Negate. Alright, we'll counter that. See if we get got by a Spell Pierce. Okay. Bye-bye Collector's Vaults. Three steps ahead just to draw cards. Go, bunny, go. Play this on blue. Alright, let's make another bunny. Do some scrying. Another carrot cake. We're looking for something a little more exciting. Another rest in peace. Okay. Go bunnies go. Fountain Port. Hey, another rest in peace. Alright, make a fish. Day of Judgments. More lands. Go. Ninja Blades. Sure, let's make a fish. Rankle's Prank. Let's prank. Sack, discard. Bye-bye fish. Hello bunnies. Summon Bahamut. Okay. Gonna blow up one of my rips. Okay. Alright, I think we need to draw a card here. Another prank. Fountain Port's pretty ridiculous. Another rest in peace. Gonna blow up my bunny. We'll draw a card. Scavenger's Talent. Another collector's vault. Well, I need to draw something here. Singularity Rupture. Okay. Rupture you. Scavenger's Talent. They have 20 cards left. Doggoboth. And we don't draw an answer, so we're dead. Oh, man. This deck... Fader will be our final opponent, will be on the play. Let's see if we can win one. And our hand was good enough to keep, by the way. I didn't really comment on it, but good lands, good interaction. That's a good card to have on top of our deck. Virtue, Overlord, Toby, so they're a token deck. Probably take Overlord. I think Overlord is their best card. There's a carrot cake. Rankle's Prank is going to be good against them. Maybe? I mean, Day of Judgment is going to be good against them. There's Toby. Okay. Jador. I could try to hold off. I could, like... Because I have to shock. I have to get down to 17 to sweep now. Be greedy. Wait a turn on the sweeper. It makes my Space-Time Anomaly less effective because it means I take a hit for, like, quite a bit. I think given the fact that I have a Prank in my hands, I'll do this. I think the Anomaly, it may not end up being great for us. We might end up discarding it to Rankle's Prank, actually. Enduring Innocence. Alright, let's play this tapped. I could Rankle's Prank, discard Anomaly and Authority, then I could get lost the Curiosity next turn. I think I'll just play Authority. I think we're not gonna get off this Anomaly. There's Bunny. They disenchant my Authority. Okay. That's perfect, actually. Elspeth. I think pranking here is good. We'll just do discard sack. I'll discard anomaly and get lost. Unwanted remake. Destroy target creature, its controller manifests dread. Alright, they decided to keep their virtue of loyalty. So they really want to, they are loyal to their loyalty. I mean, they get to make a 2/2 and draw a card, so I don't really totally blame them. It's not bad. How lame, dude. You're set up. Okay, let's see if they want to play. It looked like they were roping. Okay, maybe they just had to, like, feed their cat or something. They get a knight. Voice of Victory. Oh, that's a good one. Voice of Victory is pretty huge, actually. Let's make some tokens.
Row.
Oh, the prank. The prank's gonna be brutal here. Okay. Let's attack. They take it. Let's prank. Let's do all 3 modes. Make some tokens.
Join the fight.
Alright. Attack with our dudes. Make some more tokens.
I welcome all allies.
Resolute reinforcements. You get to draw a card. Your guys get big. The stashed skeleton. Let's play the stashed skeleton. We'll just keep making tokens.
Join the
Attack.
fight.
Chump, chump. More resolute reinforcements. Alright, the Witch's Vanity. Throw up that guy. I think I probably just make more tokens.
More heroes.
Attack with my skeletons. They take it. Caretaker's talent. Draw some cards. Carrot cake. Chump. 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 Another Witch's Vanity. Alright, let's play the Witch's Vanity. Kill that thing. I guess I could have killed the 6/6. I don't know if it really matters. I think we'll just keep making 1/1s.
Ranks grow.
Attack with our skeletons. You gonna block and give us a demonic tutor opponent? No. They blocked one skeleton. Sure. Oh, I could have just... You're right. I did have lethal there. I totally did. Got a little ahead of myself. Now I might lose the game. So we have to block. Actually, can we just take this and win? We're at 18. So we have to block... Yeah, we have to block 3 of these guys. We can't win. So I guess this just chumps across the board. Well, we had the win there last turn had we used Elspeth properly. Wicked roll. Sure, we'll do it to this creature. Scavenger's talent. That doesn't really do much. Attack with our skeleton. Block it. Yes, they blocked it. They blocked it. Oh my god. Okay. Phew. Opponent bails us out there. Wait. I can only do this on my end step? When can I solve the case? How does this work? Activate only as a sorcery.
More heroes for the cause.
I don't get to activate that during my post-combat main phase? I think I'm just dead, actually. Well, let's see. 12. Block like this. I think I'm dead. Yep. Well, I really blew that one. That's just sort of the way tonight has been going. Alright, against tokens. Day of Judgment, Exercise. The End. Authority. Detect Intrusion could maybe get them... like, countering the ultimate of a Caretaker's talent or something. We don't need Rest in Peace. Yeah. Let's get in all of our sweepers. Cut the River Churn. Actually, we want the combo, because, they're not a graveyard deck, so we want the River Churns. Let's cut Scavenger's talents into the Royal... Carrot Cake. Anomaly. Vanity? Let's try this. Okay, we had last game and we blew it hard. Let's see if we can redeem ourselves. We'll keep this hand. It's got a Thoughtseize, it's got a Sweeper, it's got Liliana. We need lands, because we are aiming towards this 6-drop Planeswalker. Alright. Thoughtseize you. Dollmaker's Shop, Overlord. We'll take the Dollmaker's Shop. tap land. I should have played Starting Town there. Another doll maker shop, sure. Okay, Starting Town. Carrot cake. They do have 2 Get Lost in their hands. Prank. Okay, so I can prank. What do I want to do here? I could just Day of Judgment, kill the bunnies. So then they Overlord. Yeah, I think I want to just kill those bunnies. There's the Overlord. Skeleton. Skeleton. Play a land. The next turn I can prank. Make them sack their tokens and discard 2. Get lost on the skeleton. Okay, sure. Voice of Victory. That's bad. Now I wish I'd saved my Day of Judgment. Anomaly. Alright, let's prank. Actually, let's attack first. They take it. Alright, let's prank. Actually, first let's use our maps. Draw land, that's good. Use our map again. We'll bin the Iron Crag. And we'll prank. Discard land and anomaly. Authority of the Consuls. Could Liliana I could prank again. They still retain one of their tokens. I played my Day of Judgment way too early. So I guess I'm really looking for, I'm like trying to go Rankle's prank into Liliana, Mickey sack. That's a toy. If I prank, I have to discard both my cards. Ugh. just pass. I guess we'll just make a fish and block. Oh, too late. Too late. Alright. That's like the story of this stream. Okay, so... Hungry Mill didn't do very well. So we got an 05 really in our like real matches. There's some real problems with this deck. I think overall my impression is that it's just a bad control deck. It's a control deck that's putting extra steps in front of itself to victory, you know? Like, we could just play a control deck and play the Riverturn Monument Singularity combination along with piles of sweepers and removal and discard and whatnot, instead of trying to create this very particular game state that's very fragile, actually, for us. So I'll say when I spent, like, you wouldn't believe it, but I spent a lot of time, like, theory crafting this deck. My initial concept for this deck was, like, I'm always looking for the deck that's just really easy to win with, you know? That's like, you don't really have to worry about what your opponent's doing. That's why I like Rankle's Prank, because it's so good at just removing resources from the game, you know? Like, just like, whatever your opponent's plan is, just make them discard their cards, kill all their creatures. You know, my initial build of this deck had 4 Leyline of the Void in the main. So it's like, we're just trying to exile our opponents, you know? Don't worry about cards in your hand, creatures on the battlefield. Just put them all in exile. Put them all in exile. I think I kind of got away from that a little bit in like trying to go more control-y and build in like a plan B. So the deck was a little bit like changed in the midst of creation, and the way that I changed it didn't quite work out. I think we don't have enough synergy with the Scavenger's talents to really enable what they're trying to do. If you wanted to try to salvage this concept of the deck, I think one thing I definitely would do is add, like, what is it that I always say? More card draw, more removal. I think an outrageous robbery would be a good thing to add, because because we're playing Rankle's Prank, we're going to be empty-handed a lot of the time too. So I think we want some kind of bursty card that can give us a lot of card advantage. It also feeds into our milling game plan, you know, because it's outrageous robbery, drawing card from the top of our opponent's deck. It really potentially feeds into our Scavenger's talent plan a lot too, because most decks play a lot of creatures. One thing with our deck in this card is we don't really play creatures. You know, we have tokens that we produce from our random like thingamabobs, but we don't have any actual creature cards in our deck. So I think if you wanted to go with this concept, adding an outrageous robbery to the deck would be great. Yeah, so probably what you do is you just board out all of the graveyard hate from the main board and use that for like an outrageous robbery, and possibly for Day of Judgment number 3 or another removal spell. So you move the rest in pieces to the sideboard. So in game 1, you're pretty much at the mercy of graveyard decks. You know, like you have your Thoughtseize, whatever. I actually probably would swap out the Seeker's Folly for another Thoughtseize as well. So yeah, Outrageous Robbery would be a really good card to add to this deck, I think. But I think this is just not a very good build of the deck. I like the idea of trying to use Scavenger's talent as a mill piece, you know, but I think it could be done a lot better. I think if you wanted to do that, you would just build a deck that synergizes a lot more with this card, which means playing creatures. Maybe another variant of the aggro mill deck that we played. So yeah, that is my verdict, I think. I veered from the initial concept of this deck mid-construction, so it ended up being like kind of halfway in between what I was trying to build and, you know, what I wanted to change it into, and it doesn't work. I think I will try to build this deck as I initially conceived it, and I might try to come back and build another Scavenger's Talent mill deck. Although I've been playing a lot of mill recently. I kind of just played this deck because, you know, Standard's about to change dramatically. Hopefully, it's about to be completely turned on its head. And I just wanted to play a silly control deck, and that's what this is. And not a very good one at that. So we'll take our lumps and learn our lessons from this this 1-in-5 finish with Hungry Mill 1.0. But Hungry Mill will be back in a stronger version. You can rest assured of that. And hopefully with some better plays too, because there's at least one match that I just straight up punted away. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed watching me play some Hungry Mill in Standard. If you did and you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I stream MTG on my Twitch channel every Tuesday and Friday night. There's a link to the Twitch channel in the description if you want to come check out the action in real time. So I hope you all have a good weekend, and I'll catch you next week. Good night.